Hey friends, today I'm back with another story of Akbar and Birbal. And guess what? Birbal has invited me for dinner and he's making khichdi. Just kidding, but you may have gotten the point which story I'm going to read. Birbal's Khichdi. Birbal's Khichdi. Once, King Akbar and Birbal were walking beside a lake when Akbar said, I wonder if a person will agree to stand in the lake for an entire night in this freezing winter. If I offer him a handsome reward. Birbal replied, Yes, Your Majesty. If a person is desperate for money, he will agree to do this task. The king ordered him to prove his statement. The next day, Birbal came to the court with a poor priest. He claimed, Your Majesty, this priest is very poor and will stand in the lake the whole night. Akbar promised to give the priest 100 gold coins if he successfully completed the task. The poor priest was happy and agreed instantly. And look at this beautiful lake and the trees. It must be so peaceful. And I thought it was winter. The priest is wearing no clothes. That's a bit funny. I wonder what will happen in the next page. Let's find out. The priest stood shivering in the cold lake all night long. The next morning, he returned to the court and received his reward. Akbar said to the priest, How did you manage to stand in the freezing water all night? The innocent priest replied, Jahapana, I saw a faint glowing light coming from your palace. It gave me the strength to stand in the cold water. Akbar shouted, Is that so? Well, then you do not deserve the reward. You cheated. The light from the place gave you. That's not fair. Just look at the priest and look at the light. They are so far. That's not fair. No. Just look at the distance. It's so far. It may be a little distance in the picture, but it must be very far in real life. Yeah. Look, it's so far. Okay. The poor priest went back empty-handed. Birbal tried to convince the king to change his decision, but failed the next day. Akbar wanted to go hunting, but Birbal wasn't present in the court. He sent soldiers to Birbal's house to summon him to the court. I'm sure that Birbal is going to do something for the priest. Birbal said to the soldiers, Tell Jahapana that I will return to court once I finish cooking my khichdi. The soldier conveyed the message to Akbar. He was intrigued and went to Birbal's house himself. He saw that Birbal had lit a fire, but the utensil was hanging very far away from it. You can see it in this picture, and it is very far. His mind is really cooking up a khichdi. Let's see what happens. Akbar became furious and said, You will never be able to cook khichdi this way, Birbal. The utensil is too far from the fire. Birbal replied calmly, Huzur, if the priest can receive warmth from a light that was placed so far away from him, then I am sure that I will be able to cook my khichdi, which is relatively near to the fire. Akbar then realized his mistake. He called the poor priest the next day and rewarded him with 200 gold coins. Wow! Over here. Big brain in here. Big brain. That was amazing. I loved that story and I hope you did too. So click the bell icon and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.